Sengoku period siege warfare was an unimaginable hell, a brutal reality far beyond modern comprehension. At Tottori Castle, records tell of 20,000 starvation deaths, a horrific scene where even cannibalism occurred. However, the true terror unleashed by hunger did not end there. In this video, we will thoroughly explain why food supplies ran out, how starvation transformed people, and what those extreme conditions left behind. Now, let's delve into the hellish truth of Sengoku siege warfare. The main segment also details specific methods of food procurement and the societal impact of famine. Sengoku siege warfare aimed to exhaust the enemy by fortifying a castle and defending against their attacks. However, not just samurai, but also local villagers and their families sought refuge inside the castle, causing a rapid population surge. Initially, hope ran high. They believed that if they holed up in the castle, reinforcements would eventually arrive. But the enemy chose the most brutal tactic, Hyorigame, or siege by starvation. The enemy completely cut off food supply routes from outside the castle and even burned surrounding crops. The castle became an isolated food desert. Food supplies stored within the castle ran out much faster than anticipated. It was not uncommon for them to be depleted in just a few weeks. Water was also a serious problem. If wells were poisoned or water sources cut off, people suffered terribly from thirst. As hunger intensified, everything imaginable was sought as food. Wild grasses, nuts, insects, and even seafood. Livestock such as horses, dogs, and cats were also progressively turned into food, serving as precious sources of protein. In these extreme conditions, both samurai and commoners suffered equally from hunger. Social status became meaningless in the face of survival. Hunger first stripped away physical strength and morale, causing soldier spirits to rapidly decline. They even lost the will to fight. Malnutrition combined with unsanitary conditions led to widespread epidemics. Many died not just from starvation but also from disease. Even the castle lord could not be adequately fed. It is said they sometimes survived on meager amounts of rice themselves. While fair distribution was ordered, embezzlement and fierce struggles over rice frequently occurred in such extreme situations. Messengers attempted to escape and call for reinforcements, but the success rate was extremely low. Many either starved to death or were captured by the enemy. Despair permeated the castle. The last hope for reinforcements vanished, and people merely awaited death. Particularly tragic was the siege of Tottori Castle, carried out by Toyotomi Hideyoshi under Oda Nobunaga's command. Hideyoshi employed Katsugoroshi, a merciless starvation siege, to completely isolate the castle. Starvation gnawed away at human reason, eventually forcing people to make the most horrifying choices imaginable. Leather goods, paper, dirt, stones, grassroots. Out of extreme hunger, everything imaginable was put into mouths. Some reportedly boiled and ate the leather from their armor, while others made gruel from old document paper. These strange foodstuffs became known as Sengoku cuisine, recorded for posterity to convey the era's misery. And finally, the most abominable act of all occurred: cannibalism. Records from Tottori Castle explicitly state that there were those who ate human flesh, a horror beyond modern comprehension. At Bichu Takamatsu Castle, Hideyoshi's water siege deprived them not only of food but also of any escape, created a hellish scene of mingled starvation and drowning deaths. Before the castle gates, many children and women sold themselves to the enemy camp, begging for food or for their lives to be spared. However, the enemy often did not accept them, and these starving people were frequently captured and killed outside the castle walls. In such extreme conditions, internal betrayals and defection became frequent. Individuals emerged who prioritized their own lives over the castle's defense. The castle lord faced an ultimate decision: surrender or perish together in a final stand. Even if they surrendered, there was no guarantee the enemy would truly spare their lives. The bodies of those who starved were left inside the castle, inviting further epidemics that plagued the survivors. Even after the war ended, the memory of starvation was deeply etched into people's hearts, causing prolonged suffering. Even after surrender, many died from hunger and disease, and survivors reportedly suffered from deep PTSD. Records state that following Hideyoshi's siege of Tottori Castle, even after surrender, piles of starved bodies created a gruesome spectacle. Nobunaga and Hideyoshi strategically employed starvation sieges to completely break the enemy's morale, achieving victory with minimal casualties. For them, hunger was the ultimate weapon. The horrors of siege warfare deeply instilled in people's hearts a strong desire for an era of peace. It reinforced the importance of food, leaving lessons pertinent even today, such as disaster preparedness and stockpiling. Starvation was not merely suffering. It was a powerful force that shook social structures and laid bare human nature. The memory of hunger, deeply etched into Japan's history, is a lesson that must never be forgotten. Even in modern society, the importance of food security remains unchanged. Sengoku famine lies at its origin. The depletion of food supplies was caused by the enemy's relentless starvation siege and the castle's limited provisions. Starvation stripped people of their reason and humanity, transforming them into an extreme state where they would do anything to survive. That extremity left behind an enormous number of casualties, tragic records passed down through generations, and a fervent wish for an era of peace. Sengoku siege warfare may have been a history not just of Bushido, but of raw human instinct and despair. The silent screams of those who fought against hunger may still resonate quietly in the corners of history.